Proteas Women kick off their outbound tour against Ireland this afternoon. It is the first T20 international before a three-match ODI international series. The team will then head to England, where they will play a one-off test, followed by 3 ODIs and 3 T20 matches. We catch up with South Africa's under-19 women's cricket coach, Dinesha Devnarain. A very good morning to you, Dinesha, and thank you so much for your time. So, international cricket is international cricket. Therefore, every match, every series should be shown the respect it deserves. But I think a lot of people would agree in that the Ireland series is actually, to some extent, preparation for England. Would you see it the same way?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, look, I would like to think that, we take every game as regardless of the opposition we play, we would take it with any same of game tactics, game technical skills, what we're looking to achieve. But I do believe that this Ireland series is just one of our puzzle pieces now, because yes, we've got a massive encounter with England, and we have a few issues that we had to sort out at the World Cup that is going to play into this English series. We have a T20 World Cup that's around the corner as well. So I'm hoping that this Ireland series is not taken for granted, and I doubt the team and the support staff will allow that to happen. But I do believe it has to be a puzzle piece for a bigger picture. I love the side that they did take to Ireland. It's going to show us the depth in South African women's cricket. But yeah, hopefully all the boxes are ticked and we stick to our plans that will facilitate the bigger picture.
What do you suggest they do against Ireland? You're mentioning the bigger picture. You're mentioning revenge that we do probably need to exact on England for what they did to us in the World Cup. But then you're also mentioning the bigger picture, and that is the World Cup. So what is the focus going into Ireland?
Yeah, look, we've got to dominate. I think gone are the times of trying new things. I suppose there will be maybe 5 to 10% of that if you look at your whole team dynamics. But I would rate we've got to dominate in series like this year. We always say we want to be one of the best in the world, and currently the best in the world is Australia. And if you look at them playing against, Ireland has ODI status now, which is a brilliant thing. But if you see the lower ranked teams, they dominate them. I don't think they have a sniff at getting close to totals or chasing them down. And I think that's what we've got to do. We've got to start learning how to make big scores. I want to see hundreds from a batting point of view. Maybe some 5-wicket hauls with low economy rates. But we've just got to be dominant in the field. We know that our fielding wasn't our great asset during the World Cup semi-final. I do believe we can make amends for that there, and we can start this bus into going through the England series and to the World Cup.
I want to talk about the one-off test match against England. We haven't played test cricket, the women's team at least, in a number of years, almost a decade now. Should we care all that much about it? Is it going to, impact what we're trying to do? Again, the bigger picture? Or is it one of those matches where we need to sort of kind of see where women's test cricket is at so as to know what we are dealing with going forward?
Yeah, I think if you look, I'm gonna agree with you with the latter part of your statement there. It's something we're going to have to look at. As you said, it's over a decade since we played Test cricket. So in terms of the domestic structures, we haven't been playing red ball cricket. And I know that the girls went on a 2-week camp and they had a red ball camp, which there were some positive results out of that there. But I think the main thing what we've got to do is we can't just say, no, let's not worry about it. It's just one game. Let's go with it. Where ICC and cricket is going, or women's cricket is going, I do believe there's a place for Test cricket in the international arena. And somehow, somewhere, we've got to drive a red ball cricket philosophy or a red ball cricket environment, because I do believe it's something that's going to be added to the women's game a lot more. I think it's still in its early stages, developing stages. But I can tell you one thing. If we get to number 1 in the world, if we win World Cup, then other teams do want to play Test cricket against us. At the moment, the 2 teams that do play a lot of Test cricket is England and Australia. They combine that in the Ashes. But I do believe that there's a place for red ball cricket in the women's game. I do think we have to devote time, but there's got to be a plan and procedure in place for that. And it's got to start from a domestic structure first.
Dinesha, before I let you go, you and your girls are going to be the center of attention come next year as we are hosting the Under-19 World Cup. what are you looking at? What are you trying to do? Because Hilton Moreng and South African cricket in general are going to also be looking at you and the kind of talent you're cooking, you know, going into next year's World Cup, and then, of course, the World Cups that'll follow after the Under-19 World Cup. So where's your focus? Where's your head? What are you looking to do in the bigger scheme of South African women's cricket?
Yeah, I think if you look at our vision, it's pretty simple. You know, we want to produce the next Protea. But if we talk in SA Under-19 cricket, you know, it's new waters, it's testing waters. It's going to be an expressive brand of cricket. I actually just want to create an environment where, you know, things like fear of failure, mental health issues, all of that is taken care of at that young and tender age. You know, at the end of the day, when I prepare a lady and they go out there onto the field, you know, it must be their brand of cricket. It must be their identity as a cricketer. And I think that's where we lack a little bit in our provincial structures. We don't have leadership or a lot of leadership qualities in the ladies to take up the reins of captaincy or just captaining their own space. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think the first tournament that's going to go is going to be new to a lot of teams. It's never been done before. So I think that we don't have enough in terms of stats, trend analysis, what international cricket demands of the player at that age group. So I think after the World Cup's done, I'm actually looking forward to putting a plan in place, sort of like the DNA of the Under-19 side. And, you know, I'm really excited about this place because it's something that's been missing a lot in women's cricket, and especially in South African women's cricket. So we had our top tier Proteas, but now the Under-19s and the emerging ladies or the National Academy, we can actually filter through the whole system with player tracking. And I think that's going to help the system in a lot. Look, in terms of seeing the results, I don't think we're going to see it in a year or two, but I'm really excited about what's to come longer term than that.
Dinesha, I think the whole country, especially those who have a passion for women's cricket, are too excited as to what it is you are going to do, what South African cricket is going to do with the Under-19, and the pipeline of blooding in fresh talent into the senior team is concerned. But we're going to leave it there for this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. That is South Africa's Under-19 women's cricket coach, Dinesha Devnarain, joining us to just look at the momentum Proteas ahead of their first T20 match today against Ireland, and of course looking ahead to the upcoming very important series against England. And that is where we leave it from the sports desk for now. Back in an hour, guys.